What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie, and today we got Kermit the Frog Christmas Santas. Now, today we are actually doing a top 5 piston fill pens. I have gotten a ton of questions over the holiday season, really questions all the time, but specifically over the holiday season about, favorite piston pen or favorite cartridge converter, favorite filling system in general. And so I thought it would be a really cool idea to break it all down. So this video is going to be my top 5 piston filling pens. I do have a bit of a disclaimer before I jump into my 5. One, that my top 5 that I have listed here are in no particular order. So it's not that I prefer one over the other, it's just a 5. Second, disclaimer is that this is not an exhaustive or exclusive list. I'm only going to talk about the pens that I have decent exposure to, that I've been able to use a decent amount of time with, so that I can speak to it truly. It's, definitely, I almost guarantee you that my list will change like a year from now. Actually, I should probably do another video maybe a year from now being like, okay, now this year's top 5 kind of versus last year's top 5, something like that. Yeah, so there's definitely going to be pens that you maybe agree with or you disagree with, in which case let me know in the comment section below. And then the last and final disclaimer is that there are definitely pros and cons to both to all of the pens that I have chosen to put in the 5, but this is kind of a great place to start off with, I think, if you're looking for a piston fill fountain pen. So all of that preamble aside, let's jump into my 5. The first one that I have chosen to add to my top 5 list is the Aurora Optima. This one's particularly the burgundy oroloid finish. The reason why I added this pen to it is its amazing writer. It's very smooth. The piston themselves is very smooth. I love that there's an ink window. Not all piston fills have it. I love the balance I have in my hand. I like that it's a bit of a smaller pen. So if I don't want something so heavy to carry around, this is perfect. It can be perfectly posted and it's still balanced. The flow keeps up, it's nice and wet, there's no hard starts, there's no skips, it's just amazing. I like the fact that the Aurora has like a little mechanism on the inside that pushes up all of the ink, so that you can get every last drop out of this when you are writing, so that you can go longer in between fills. So I really, really like it. I do have a review of this that I will link in the iCard if you want to get a bit of a deeper view of the Aurora. Another pen that I have added to my list is the Lamy 2000. This is a timeless pen. I like that this one is a push to post and it's a snap cap. So unlike all the others on my list where it will be a screw top, this one is not. So I really like that. Again, relatively medium sized. The Macrolon, like basically fancy fiberglass material feels incredible in the hand. I absolutely love the texture of this. Pushes very deeply to post, becomes well balanced, posted or unposted. Like the Aurora, it also has an ink window, which this pen is actually pretty full, so you can't really see it. But it does have an ink window to let you know. I like the fact that it's very sleek. It's very smooth writer, very smooth writer. This is in particular the medium nib. I like that it's pretty dang wet. I love it. It's a timeless design. Like I said, they haven't really changed it. I like having a pen that isn't super duper flashy. So if I want to take it into like business meetings or anything like that, where I don't want to just like have something be like, bam, here's my pen. This is the go-to for that. Again, I also have a review of that. It'll be in the iCard somewhere up there. Another one that I have on here is the TWSBI Diamond 580 All. This one comes in a bunch of different colors. This one happens to be the orange color. They also did come out with a lava color, but it basically was the same. I put this on my list because I think TWSBI really has changed the game with affordability for piston pens. This is definitely the least expensive pen on my list. It isn't the best writer out of the 5. The nib is a teeny bit stiff and a little bit drier than all the others. But that said, I love the piston. You can get a really large amount of ink in here. I love the fact that TWSBI provides you with all of the tools to completely disassemble everything about this pen. So I like the fact that it's a tinker's pen. It's really solidly built. It's made really, really well. I feel like you could really hack this thing around in your day-to-day life, and it's not going to break. It feels really nice in my hand. This one, unlike the others, you can't really post because it doesn't post all the way, and it becomes very, very back heavy when you do so. But it's a relatively large pen anyways, so that you don't need to. And I like the all version because these parts, the color parts here, are aluminum, hence the all, so that there is no risk of any cracking or anything like that. So I really, really dig TWSBI for that. And I do like the kind of design that is in the clear plastic. So that is definitely one that I think is beautiful. What else do I have on here? I have one of my newer acquisitions, the OMAS Jiva cocktail. This is the Blue Angel version. I love the material. This material is cotton resin or cotton celluloid, something like that. But it feels great. It's super, super smooth. I really, really like it. The nib is phenomenal. This is a broad nib, pretty much my only broad nib. Writes like a dream. The piston in here is also very smooth, especially considering that most of these pens are hard to come by now. Rest in peace, OMAS. Hopefully you come back from the dead. But you can fit a good amount of ink in here. It is semi-transparent, so you can kind of get a look on the inside. You can sort of post this pen, but not really. But it's long enough where you don't have to, and because of the material that it's made out of, it's light enough for long writing sessions, which is also convenient that it's a very wet pen and it holds a good amount of ink because you're definitely going to want to use it and you're definitely going to go with it. Oh man, I just love this material. Man, do I love this material. And the next pen that I have on the list is the Pelican M805. This one in particular happens to be the Streisman, but honestly, I'm gonna put pretty much all Pelicans on here, regardless of which ones. Pelican, I think, is probably one of the top brands that I enjoy for piston fill pens, because whatever they do to their piston, I don't know if they grease them more than others, I don't know, but they have some of the smoothest operating pistons out of anyone. The M800 series and the M1100 series, they have metal workings. They still have the plastic piston rod with the actual piston itself, but all of the workings other than that are metal. If you get from the 600 down below, then it is all plastic, but even then it still feels beautiful regardless. This happens to be one of my favorite all-time pens because, I mean, the nib work is absolutely beautiful, the scrolling. I like the size and the weight of the M800, specifically the M805. I really, really like. You can post very nicely. It is back weighted for me if I post but I really never post my pens. Really easy to clean. You know, you can unscrew the nib unit from the actual pen itself. Obviously, I don't have this inked up. And a fancy trick that I also just learned, the M800 series and the M1000 series, if you move, or if you operate the Pelican piston, if you use the same wrench that comes with the TWSBI pens, I'm not sure about the TWSBI Eco because that red plastic wrench has a very big end to it, but the metal ones that you get with all the other TWSBIs, you can actually use that wrench to remove the piston rod from the M800 and the M1000. It just fits perfectly. So that's really cool that you can actually take this apart. Disclaimer though, if you take apart your pens, it may void your warranty. I love this is a fine nib in particular, but it writes more like a medium. It's very wet, it's so smooth. I just love it. This is a pen that I had on my wish list for quite a while before I acquired it, and I'm beyond happy that I did. So Aurora Optima, the Pelican M805, the Lamy 2000, the TWSBI Dimond 580 All, and the OMAS Jiva are my top 5 piston fill pens that I really enjoy. I do have some honorable mentions. Sorry for the shaking camera there. The Montblanc 149 is an honorable mention. It didn't make my personal 5, only because the grip section is slightly too big for my everyday usage. But other than that, it is a beautiful pen. And the other top mention is the Visconti Homo Sapiens Any Finish midi size. The reason why I didn't include it in my top 5 is because I do not own it. I've only used it once, but my experience was unparalleled and I really liked it. But because I don't have a detailed day-to-day breakdown of that pen, that is why it is not in my top 5 and it's in my honorable mentions. But I got a question for y'all. What, if you had to pick, is your top 5 piston fill pens? I'm really interested to see all of your opinions. And to be honest, I don't care if it's vintage, I don't care if it's modern, I don't care if it repeats some of the ones that I did. I just want to know, what is your top 5 piston fill pens? So guys, leave that in the comments. While you're down there, if you hit that like button, that would be great. And the beautiful thing about these end caps here is if you hit this little circle that has the hello image there, you can subscribe to the channel. New videos come out every Monday and Friday, and the occasional Q&A on Tuesday. Guys, thank you very much for watching. And as always, I will see you next time. Bye.